Certification of the prior meetings.
This is to certify that an official copy of the minutes of the Common Council meeting of Tuesday, January 3rd, 2017 was presented to the mayor on Friday, January 13th, 2017. Pursuant to Section 3.03 of the Dunkirk City Charter, all items presented to the mayor are now in full force and effect. In witness whereof, I hereto set my hand and seal of the City of Dunkirk, New York, this 17th day of January 2017.
Need a motion dispensing with the reading of the minutes. First by Councilman Williams, second by Councilman Gonzalez. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamato?
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Aye.
Councilmember Shikawa? Aye. Councilmember at Large Goweshin?
Aye. Reading of the privilege of the floor regulations.
The privilege of the floor shall be extended to any person appearing for themselves, in which case the individual shall be limited to 3 minutes, and to any person representing a group who shall be limited to 5 minutes. When recognized, please stand and state your name and address. The city clerk shall have the duty of maintaining such time limits, and the councilman at large may determine in his discretion whether individuals are speaking for themselves or representing groups. Councilman at large Goweshin shall maintain good order and may require any speaker to cease speaking if remarks are made in bad taste or are slanderous or not germane to any action taken or contemplated by the council. The time limits specified above shall be strictly adhered to, except that a speaker may be allowed to complete a statement or thought started before such time limit has expired.
Privilege of the floor is now open. If anybody wishes to speak, please approach the podium, state your name and address. Privilege of the floor is now open. If anybody wishes to speak, please step forward, state your name and address.
My name is Amanda Beck. My address is 10 East Pine Street in Dunkirk.
Use the microphone, can't hear you.
My name is Amanda Beck. Nice try. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
My name is Amanda Beck. My address is 10 East Pine Street in Dunkirk. I am a member of AmeriCorps serving at the Chautauqua County Land Bank here at the Sonny Community. We were coming here to kind of ask for any suggestions or any kind of ideas that you guys might have that we can get involved with the community a little bit more. We're trying to get rid of the blight and vacant homes in this area and the surrounding Chicago areas. So we're just kind of wondering if there's any suggestions you all have. We're going to work with Revitalize Dunkirk. That's one group we're going to get active with. But we wasn't sure if there's any suggestions you all had or if there's something we could do to kind of get the community more involved with the vacant houses that are around here.
Well, there's a program right now that you can contact Janice in regards to economic development in the city.
Sure.
She has all the information on what we're doing, what we're working on right now. You guys can get rid of the light in the city.
Absolutely. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to take advantage of privilege of the floor, please step forward, state your name and address.
I'm Mike Civiletto, 138 Ruggles Street, the chairman of the Community Advisory Committee. Just have a couple of things. We had our meeting last week, and one thing that we discussed that we've been discussing for a couple of years now is the regulating rental properties in the city of Dunkirk, an actual suggestion of a set of, I guess it would be a law that would be that has been presented to the council, and I believe the attorney has a copy of it, and the mayor as well. And going on the same vein as the last speaker about the blight in the city, we feel that at the advisory committee that a lot of the absentee landlords, that's where a lot of the problems in Dunkirk lie. Not so much the people who own properties around here, but ones that don't live here. And we think that parts of this, not the entire thing, you know, this is just a suggestion, but parts of it could be implemented to help with that problem with absentee landlords and not having management in the city to take care of their properties and not having any type of way to enforce a lot of the codes that need to be enforced. So that being said, also would like to ask if there's any way that we could get some type of schedule with councilmen to have one of you every meeting come and visit us. There's five of you, 6 if you include the mayor, that's twice a year. And that's all we're asking, is that someone from the city, even if it was a department head as well, come to visit us, and so we can, they can hear some of the things that go on in our meeting and some of the things we talk about. And it's been brought to our attention that the city historian may be looking to retire, and just wanted to see if you knew anything about it, and if you had any plans on how to search for that, and also wanted to suggest that that you look at what the city historian actually does before you appoint anyone. That's all laid out, I believe, in the Constitution of the Historical Society. And I believe that is it.
Thank you, Mike. Anybody else wishing to speak for privilege of the floor, please step forward and state your name and address. Last chance. Anybody else wishing to take advantage of privilege of the floor, please step forward and state your name and address. Seeing none, privilege of the floor is closed. Number 5, communications from the mayor, including disapproval messages.
We have a couple announcements. The Downtown Revitalization Initiative, Governor Cuomo announced on Monday, January 9th, a proposal for funding toward Phase 2 of the Downtown Revitalization Initiative. Similar to 2016's Downtown Initiative, Phase 2 would create a competitive grant program for placemaking strategies to revitalize the downtown areas of suburban small cities, villages, and towns in the greater Buffalo-Niagara area. Last year's funding provided $10 million to one community in each of the 10 regions of New York State. The city believes that this year we are in prime condition to submit an award-winning application. Once the requests for applications are announced, the City of Dunkirk's Planning and Development Department will work on putting together our submission. In addition, Governor Cuomo announced his proposal for a $500 million expansion of the Buffalo Building Initiative to continue building on the renewed economic engines and spirit throughout Buffalo and the entire Western New York region. Forward greater investments in Western New York through this initiative. Just a couple more announcements. One of them is the Three Kings Day. I'd like to thank the Festivals and Events Department, as well as Tim Hortons, Little Caesars, and all that were involved with the Three Kings Day celebration held on Friday, January 6th. The event provided over 40 children with donated gifts, pizza, Timbits, hot chocolate, and even a visit from the Three Kings themselves. The event was a success that will be continued on an annual basis. Also, the Martin Luther King Jr. Luncheon. I'd like to thank the Luncheon Committee, the Dunkirk Moose Lodge, and all that were involved with the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Luncheon for putting on a beautiful remembrance to honor Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy. The City of Dunkirk was well represented through its council members and department heads and city staff. I'd like to thank all the staff members that showed up, all the council members that showed up. I received many compliments from the committee for having this year more tables than any other organization at their event. So I was very proud of that. Also want to say that this past week I was in Puerto Rico visiting my mother. While I was there, I was invited by local mayor to his inauguration. I met several different mayors at this inauguration, and we made several contacts there. So perhaps some more partnerships coming the city's way. Also, again, I just wanted to, before the record, to let you know my letter regarding the NRG. It's completed now. and has been sent as of today. I did make a copy so that if you guys want to use that as a template for a letter from council members, push forward PSC, I would appreciate it. And then the other thing is just that regarding the hotel, I contacted them today. We will be meeting on Monday. And that's it.
Thank you, Mayor. Number 6, communications from the public and petitions.
Number 1, prior notice from Peter Godin for a dangerous tree on 324 Lord Street.
This notice will be received and filed.
Number 2, notice from Dunkirk Hose Company Number 1, as well as City of Dunkirk Fire Chief Edwards, to remove all names associated with Hose Company Number 1 from the active volunteer firemen's list.
This notice will also be received and filed.
Number 3, request from Scott Meekus on behalf of Dunkirk Senior High School's class of 1989 to host their annual Marauder Trotter 5K run walk along the Lake Erie waterfront Saturday, July 1st, 2017, beginning at 8:45 a.m., as well as post-race activities immediately following in Wright Park.
Any discussion, council? Councilwoman Ishikawa?
We discussed this during our workshop and also the economic development meeting. Due to the construction at the Wright Park area and the unknowns of that construction, we're asking that both this request and the next request work with us on making sure that they're flexible on possible small location changes for those events.
Thank you, Councilwoman Ishikawa. Any other further discussions? Seeing none, I need a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions. Councilman Williams with the first, Councilman Bamato with the second. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamato?
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Aye.
Councilmember Schakawa? Aye. Councilmember at-large Golwession?
Aye.
Number 4, petition from Richard J. Clark on behalf of Score This, requesting the use of roads and facilities to host triathlon event on August 27, 2017 from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the city of Dunkirk called Try Dunkirk.
Council, any discussion? I would just like to reiterate what Councilwoman Ishikawa said pertains to this particular petition as well, pertaining to the construction at Wright Park. Therefore, I need a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions. Councilman Bamato with the first, Councilwoman Ishikawa with the second. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamato?
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Aye.
Councilmember Schakawa? Aye. Councilmember at-large Golwession?
Aye.
Number 5, notice of claim from Melissa Lokotnicki for alleged damages to her vehicle caused by a pothole while driving down Central Avenue.
I need a motion to refer this to the city attorney. Councilman Williams with the first, Councilman Gonzalez with the second. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamato?
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Aye.
Councilmember Schakawa? Aye. Councilmember at-large Golwession?
Aye. Reports of standing committees, boards, and commissions. Councilman Williams, the floor is yours.
Next Tuesday, January 24th at 4 o'clock, the DPW committee will be meeting at the wastewater treatment plant. Director Bankowski, can you tell everybody where they're supposed to meet at?
Just go to the main door, and then we'll be going upstairs to the second floor conference room is where the meeting will be held, and then a tour will be available after.
All right, thank you. That's all I have, unless I can't really struggle through.
Thank you, Councilman Williams. Councilman Bamato.
I just have one announcement. There'll be a personnel meeting tomorrow at the rec center, which is at the fairgrounds in the old Rotary building. That'll be at 4 p.m., open to the public. If anybody's there, we give them a tour after the meeting.
Thank you, Councilman Bamato. Councilman Gonzalez.
We just had our economic development meeting prior to this meeting. Went very well. The director brought us up on a lot of the issues that, items that we have going on throughout the city. And I most people mentioned here, if you're planning something in Wright Park or Point Gratiot this year, you made reservations, or you're planning to make reservations, please have a backup. There's probably going to be construction in that area. So take that into consideration when you go and register to use the pavilions or the Wright Park or whatever, because it may have to change. And so, the rest, if Rebecca wants to speak on behalf of some of the grants that we're working on, the mayor did mention that in regards to the hotel, that we meet Monday. That's all.
Thank you, Councilman Gonzalez. Councilwoman Shikawa?
Yes, during the workshop, I asked Director Bankowski about leaf and branch removal in the 4th Ward, as well as getting the VACCON vehicle out and cleaning out some of our sewers up there. Can you just reiterate what we discussed?
Yeah, the VACCON truck will be out tomorrow. We have a couple sewer issues already on the agenda for tomorrow, and then we will head up to Lord Street in that area also tomorrow. And we're going to pick up the remainder of the Christmas trees that are out in the neighborhood, and then leaf pickup will resume on Thursday, and that should complete the 4th Ward.
And I wanted to let you know that there's a manhole cover that was moved with the last time that we had a big flood in the area of Doty and Lincoln. When I drove by it this morning, it was still moved off to the side. So if you could maybe take a look at that, that'd be great. And Mayor, have you had any information coming from the hospital yet as to their decision, when they'll be making a decision on their location?
No, absolutely not. I have inquired and they still have not made a decision.
I thought a while back they said it was only going to be about a month, and well past that, so I think everyone's pretty anxious.
Yeah, I've made contact with both the board members and the executive director, and they're telling me it's just taking longer than I would.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilwoman Shikawa. I don't have anything at this time. So we'll move on to number 8, unfinished business. Seeing none, we'll move on to number 9, pre-filed resolutions.
Number 3 of 2017, resolution introducing local law number 1, 2017, City of Dunkirk to amend Article 12, Section 12 of the Dunkirk City Charter entitled Appointment and Qualifications.
Any discussion? Councilwoman Shikawa?
I'll make a motion to table resolution introducing local law 1-2017 for a public hearing on February 7th at 5:20 p.m.
I need a second to that motion. Councilman Williams with the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Mamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Aye.
Councilmember Shikawa?
Aye.
Councilmember at large Faweshin?
Aye. Number 10, new business. Seeing none. Number 11, motion to adjourn. Councilwoman Shikawa, second. Councilman Gonzalez, clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Mamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez?
Aye.
Councilmember Shikawa? Councilmember at large Faweshin?
Aye. Meeting is adjourned at 5:48.